Hey, Trisha here. So, do you ever wonder what you really miss when you no longer work? Well, it might surprise you that it's not actually what you think. Today, I'm going to talk about the very few things that I miss from not going to work anymore. The first thing that I miss, and you probably expected this, is the friendships. Not having people that you see on a daily basis is kind of weird. It's a little bit, I don't know, we're so programmed, to go and do a thing every single day for so long that when your schedule's different, it takes some adjusting. And one of the things that I truly miss is having those interactions because you looked forward to them. That kind of was the highlight of my day, is being able to catch up with friends that I don't get to see that often. I see them here and there throughout the day, but you might only get to talk to them once a week, at the lunchroom, or maybe in your office or in their office. And it's part of the job that is, in my opinion, one of the benefits, one of the most enjoyable pieces, is because you really get to know people and their families and their trials and tribulations, and things that you guys work on together, things that just really kind of make you feel a part of something. And so not having that in retired life has taken some adjustment, because I don't talk to most of those people regularly. I have a few of them that I continue to, seek out and chit chat with maybe once every few months. But, obviously the relationships changed, and it's it kind of sucks, because that's what makes life enjoyable, is relationships. And so I would have to say that that probably is the primary thing that I miss about going to work every day, is all of the people that I enjoy spending time with and talking to, and the relationships that have developed over the, decades of seeing the same people. So that would be my, number one thing that I miss about work. The number two thing I would say that I miss about work is the stimulation. You're always, at least I was, always confronting new challenges, new timelines, new projects, there was a lot of new, at least in IT, things that we were working on. And that's exciting, that's fun, it's challenging, it's rewarding. And to not have that in your daily life, you know, is kind of, I wouldn't say it's not as fulfilling, it's just requires more of you to actually get that same replacement, to be able to find things in your life that's going to kind of satisfy that itch of being enlightened, being challenged. And so I miss that about work, and I don't miss it completely, because I found other ways to give me that same type of challenge, creating my apps, I don't know, learning new hobbies. So there's other ways that you can fulfill that, but it's not the same. And so that is one of the other things that I really miss about going to work, is the type of stimulating work that it provides. You just need to be more creative now, and, carve out that piece for you, that's going to satisfy that. I would say my third thing that I kind of miss, and that would be the knowledge sharing. When you're working on teams, on projects, you're all working together, and everybody has their little piece of responsibility. And it's very satisfying to work with somebody and to grow by working with that person, because you're learning some new way to get to a different piece of information, or you're learning a new tool on how to extract something, or there's just so many different ways that you learn from others that is it's enjoyable to be able to surround yourself in that kind of environment. And so I miss that too. I miss not having people around me that I'm learning from, that I'm growing from. And, I believe me, I spend many hours on YouTube, and I learn a lot from people I don't know. Just as, people are learning from my journey and what I've experienced and what I'm going through. And I think that's wonderful. I think now in this environment, we have so many more options to get information if we're interested in it or if we want it. So that part of it has been beautiful, is that I think my timing of retirement has worked out pretty well, because there's so many new exciting things in the tech field that I'm still able to be quite fulfilled. Even though I don't have people proximity wise close to me that I'm able to grow from. So I do miss that, but thankfully, I think there's other places where I'm able to fulfill that. And then I would say the last thing that I miss about work, the project work, being able to solve a problem, to reach an endpoint of something where you feel good about it, where you feel like you've accomplished something. It's hard being retired and having those same type of fulfillments, because, I don't know, painting a room doesn't really give you that much fulfillment, even though it's necessary. And even though you see the end product and you like it, it doesn't have the same equation. And also, you don't get any validation from it. There's nobody that's going to, come to your house and say, oh, you did a great job. So that part of it's a little less fulfilling when you're doing a project at home versus an enterprise project that touches many people, where you see that it was successful and you feel proud about that. So that's one aspect of work that I do miss as well. But that's pretty much it. I mean, can't really say that, I'm sad about any of it, because like I said, I've been able to replace it with other things and do other things that bring me fulfillment and joy. And along with that, there's so many more benefits that kind of outweigh that. So for me, those are the things that I miss. I don't know if you'll miss other things when you get to this point, but I doubt it. There's always room to grow and to try different things. And I think that's probably what most of us want. And then also, I'm really hopeful that within the next couple of years that, there's other friends of mine that are going to be in the same position that I can meet up with more often. So I think that'll change too. But it's nice to be able to miss the things that can be replaced. All right, stick around, subscribe, and we'll see you soon with all the things that I don't miss. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.